We welcome you into the booth here at Michael J. Bragman Stadium on this chilly spring evening for the first of many girls lacrosse matchups to come this season. I'm Joey Cox. Thanks for joining us alongside Killian Heffron. Now, this Northstar squad is raring to go. They wrapped up last year with a stellar 19-2 record and another Section 3 title, though their hunt for state gold ended in a hard-fought 13-10 loss to Penfield in the finals. Now, tonight, the mission is crystal clear. The quest for a sectional three-peat begins today. Standing at the helm is Coach Stephanie Prentice, entering her sixth season with a decorated 77-18 record, 3 sectional titles, and a state championship to her name. Now, she knows exactly what it takes to build a dynasty, as most of you at home probably know, but if you don't, she starred on the legendary CNS team that won back-to-back state titles in 95 and 96, and she's facing a familiar foe here today versus Westhill. She's got a perfect record versus the now Wolfpack. They used to be the Legends. The Warriors. I'm thinking of the Liverpool Warriors who switched to the Legends. So we got a lot of Warrior schools who are changing names. So the Westhill, they're the Wolfpack now. So she's familiar with this team, outscoring them by double digits in several of their last season openers. So, this team, it's stacked. Coach Prentice, 77-18 record over her 5 seasons, this being her 6th. So she's no stranger to competition. Last year, 19-2. She's, other than her first couple years where they were just kind of getting used to each other, they really haven't gone a season with more than 2 losses. And she's got 3 elite Division I commits on the field. Liz Smith, who's going to UNC, Mia Bella-Gates heading to Penn State in a couple years. Liz Smith, the only senior, so she's still got Mia Bella-Gates and Sophia Graham for another year, and Sophia Graham heading to Yale after she graduates. So it's definitely going to be a tall task for Westhill to stop here. They did lose Jilly Howell, who had 128 saves last season. They also lost Gabby Putman, who had 41 goals and 267 draw controls. So she was huge from the center circle on those draws. But they still have Liz Smith, who led the team in goals last year with 65. She had 15 assists. She had some draw controls herself, as we're about to get underway here in just a moment. They're doing the final stick checks. But yeah, Liz Smith, great on the 8-meter. Don't want to give her those kind of opportunities. So they still got a lot of deadly weapons on offense. They're missing a couple pieces on defense, but we'll see if that affects them this year. So we'll be back in just a moment. Final stick checks happening, and we'll get our opening draw.
Sophomore number 4, Grace Strowman. Senior number 8, Margaret Vaughn. Sophomore number 9, Cameron Dow. Junior number 10, Sophia Lasher. Sophomore number 16, Sheila Morse. Freshman number 17, Kira Eatall. Sophomore number 18, Fiona Starwitz. Freshman number 21, Megan Bird. Junior number 26, Natalie McMaster. And junior number 28, Keelan Murphy. The Wolfpackers at the head coach, Bob Over. Northstar fans, please welcome our starting lineup. Starting on defense, freshman number 2, Taylor Arate. In attack, junior number 4, Mia Bella Gates. At midfield, sophomore number 9, Avery Rumble. In attack, sophomore number 10, Keelan Prentice. On defense, junior number 11, Danny Wilson. And midfield, senior number 14, Elizabeth Smith. In attack, junior number 18, Riley McLaughlin. And midfield, junior number 19, Sophia Graham. On defense, freshman number 24, Saul Raymond. On defense, junior number 26, Keelan Bagarski. In attack, sophomore number 20, Viviana Beardsley. The starting goal for Northstar, sophomore number 1, Eddie Rumble. The Northstars up ahead, coach Stephanie Prentice, Americans and Preach.
We welcome you back here to the Northstar Network, streaming on YouTube. Draw coming up in just a moment, but we're going to send it down to our sideline reporter, Jimmy Ginsburg. Now, Jimmy, what's the weather like down there, and do you think that's going to affect the play tonight?
Pretty cold. It's 34 degrees, and we have 2 miles per hour of wind heading northwest. So, I mean, with the cold temperatures just above freezing, I mean, it means we don't have to worry about snow, but at the same time, you know, it's still pretty cold. I mean, I'm freezing my hands off over here.
All right, thank you so much, Jimmy. We'll be sending it down to him frequently throughout the game today. So, Coach Prentice getting her final talks in with the team. As you can see, the two-team comparisons is definitely a big difference. The Northstars, or the Westhill Wolfpack, they're dwarfing the size of the Northstars. They got themselves quite a squad. Now, as you probably heard from our PA announcer Daryl White, got our starters Liz Smith, Kaylee Bednarski, Mia Bella Gates, Sophia Graham, Kylie McLaughlin, Danny Wilson, Viv Beardsley, Avery Rumble, starting in goal, Emmy Rumble, Kaylin Prentice, Taylor Arante, and Sloan Raymond. So here we go. Spring season kicking off here at Michael J. Bragman Stadium. We got Viv Beardsley in there for the draw for the Northstars. Let's see, Gabby Putman was a huge draw control specialist for the Northstars last year. She also knew how to score. We'll see if that affects the Northstars, and they're raring to go. Right away, the Northstars win the draw. There's Liz Smith, the UNC commit. Flings it back for Gates, who's the Penn State commit. 3 D1 commits on this Northstar squad, and they're not done yet. They continue to produce. You had, of course, Gabby Putman went to Vanderbilt. And Jilly Howell at Marquette. She actually made it on to ESPN's top 10. I think she was number 7 or number 5, somewhere in there. But one of her saves was in SportsCenter's top 10 plays of the week. So that was quite impressive. Based on the 3 D1 commits we have here for the North Stars, we may see some more CNS highlights on ESPN in the future. So nothing amounting to the North Stars' first attack as the Wolfpack now got it here in the end zone. Without my monitor, tough to see some of these numbers, so I don't know if I'll be able to call some of the Westhill numbers here tonight, but I'll try my best. Need some binoculars. I always forget. Wraps around in front, and the Wolfpack is the first to strike.
Well, North Stars there, Joey, they're just unable to lock down that front of the net. Able to walk right on in, turns around, quick shot, goes top left, and now we're making 1-0. Good start here for Westhill. CNS definitely got caught napping a bit there on defense, Joey.
Yeah, and Emmy Rumble filling some big shoes, Jilly Howell. So we'll see if the North Stars can come back with a response. Like I said, they've lost some pieces on defense. The biggest one being their goaltender. So we'll see if that makes a huge impact here or if their heavy attack with Mia Bella Gates, Liz Smith, and Sophia Graham can pick up the slack. Here comes the draw. After the quick goal, only a minute 24 in, and the Wolfpack is up 1-0. But anything can change in lacrosse. Tends to be high scoring as Liz Smith tries to connect with Rumble. This Avery Rumble, sibling of Kendall Rumble, who's on the volleyball or was on the volleyball team, and the goaltender Emmy Rumble. North Stars trying to form an attack of their own. This year also introduces, or actually I might be mixing up with boys. Forget which one introduced the clock this year. Might have been girls, I believe. But they don't call it a shot clock. They call it a possession clock, I believe. Is that one can't find its way through. Good save there by the Wolfpack.
And well, Joey, we talked earlier about how the North Stars, they've had success over the last couple of years, they're 1 year removed from a state title, and last year fell in the state semifinals to Penfield, but definitely have some lofty expectations this year as well. A number of preseason sources ranking them as number 1 in Section 3. Certainly expected here to try to run the table again. We'll see if Westhill has anything to say about that here early in the season. Try to make a statement here with this first game of the year.
Yeah, as I talked about in my open, Coach Prentice has a perfect record versus Westhill. And Coach Prentice has also been very formidable at home. Nearly, or just actually, I believe, over 40 home wins and only a few losses here at Michael J. Bragman Stadium. So the atmosphere that this building brings when it comes to lacrosse is unmatched. It definitely makes it a tough environment to play in. Rumble throws it to Raymond. She plays soccer as well. I know her sister, Briar. We were in the musical together. Sloan slows things down. Here's Gates behind the net. Tries to feed it inside. But Rumble can't get the shot off. So back here for Smith at the 15. Charges forward, feels the pressure, dumps it off to Gates, who rips it and fires it through. Mia Bella Gates, the Penn State commit. Ties things up for the North Stars. It's 1-1, 7:55 left to go.
Well, Joey, North Stars were struggling to find a shooting lane there for a good 20, 30 seconds on that possession. Eventually, Gates able to walk in, nobody in front of her, so she'll just rip that one beats the goalie over to stick side. And that will make this one tied at 1. But Joey, like you were saying earlier about the possession clock, it is new for girls this year. Boys lacrosse has had that for a while now.
Yep.
So far it really hasn't added much effect to this game. Most teams ending their possessions with about 30 seconds remaining on it. But we'll see, Joey, if we get our first pressured possession, I guess would be the term, due to the possession clock in this game. So far I have not had one.
So here comes the draw after that game-tying goal by Mia Bella-Gates. So Wolfpack ultimately wins that draw. Grace Stroman. Trying to find an open passing lane here. Working from behind the net. Tries to wrap around in front, but the North Stars D holding strong. Rolls out back into the end zone. Trying to rework on that North Stars D. Haven't been able to get inside that 8-meter circle. Just gonna flick that one off. Tries to draw the defense out. And the North Stars there to pick it up. Though Wilson can't get the ground ball. So Wolfpack here to reset.
Some sloppy errors early on here, Joey, from CNS. Not really like what we've been used to seeing of them these past years. Obviously early in the season, but we'll definitely be interested to see how Coach Prentice tries to address these turnovers and these mistakes. Because currently that's what's allowing Westhill to keep this game tied up at 1.
And you need to get Sophia Graham involved in the ground game. Is that one fed in front, but a great save by Rumble. She snags that one out of the air. North Star's not wasting any time. As here comes that's Sophia Graham. Finds Liz Smith in stride. Turns, just dumps that one off Gates, tries to feed it through. She does get it to sneak past Conroy, and 2 goals here so far for Mia Bella-Gates.
Well, Joey, it was the rush by Graham able to get up the field there that kick-started that attack. Westhill got caught in transition. They were never really able to lock up the side, and that's what led to that goal. We'll see if the Wolfpack can start locking up Gates, because right now she's been the goal scorer for the North Stars. Has both ones, like you said, but...
Well, I think we've already found early on in the season, Killian, our, I guess, big connection. Liz Smith has had both assists on both goals from Mia Bella-Gates. So it seems like those two are definitely clicking on all fronts.
Absolutely, and both of them were both great feeds, great finds. They were able to sneak it by Westhill, and so we'll see how the Wolfpack's able to adjust, but the North Stars certainly, like you said there, Joey, finding that connection earlier on in the season, and we'll see how they try to play it out here through the rest of this one.
That one's flipped up. Wolfpack gets there first. Here are the North Stars. Wilson at midfield feels a little bit pressure on the Wolfpack. Foul was called there. here at the 20. Bell Gates in stride. Feeds it up to Rumble, who fires, knocks it through. Avery Rumble, and the North Stars have opened things up here 3-1, a 3-0 run for the North Stars. 3 unanswered. So they're going to give that to her unassisted, it appears. But the sophomore getting involved. So you definitely got to think, Emmy Rumble, she's out there in goal. She's also a sophomore. And, she's definitely got to be feeling a little bit of the nerves being a sophomore starting after Jilly Howell. But right now she's holding true. She's only let one sneak through. She's made a couple good saves. We'll see if she can keep it up. But right now the North Stars are on a hot tear.
And Joey, she can take comfort in the fact that the North Stars have an explosive enough offense to where they don't need to rely on her to win every game. They can rely on this offense to put goals by, gives her a bit of a cushion, lets her adjust into this new starting role.
As Liz Smith moving quickly, she calls for it there. She settled herself nicely in front of the goal, just teammates couldn't get her open. Liz Smith breaks free, spins, bounces in. And the North Stars are really controlling this one.
And Joey, now you're starting to see this North Star offense that we've seen over the last couple of years. Like I said earlier, they're explosive. They're able to find connections, and that's another one. Westhill just been unable to stop this flow from CNS here over the last couple of minutes, and I wouldn't be surprised here, Joey, if we potentially see a timeout here by Westhill if the North Stars keep cruising at the rate that they're going. 4 unanswered. And a number of those coming in the last 3 minutes.
So they're changing some things up for the draw, trying to find their person at the center circle because, again, you had the go-to, Gabby Putman. You had some rare occasions. Liz Smith had some draw controls last year as well, but this year they're obviously trying to find who they want to take all the draws. So they're switching some things around. That time it's Taylor Arante, but it's won by the Wolfpack. We'll see if they can come up with a response. Haven't had anything really going for them offensively. North Stars defense has been holding strong, and they've been controlling those draws. It's been crucial here today, as it is in a lot of games. Slowing things down, Wolfpack behind the net. Starting to get a little light breeze entering the booth here. Might have to throw on my jacket. Looking forward to those sunny Saturdays, Killian. 65 degrees, you can open it up. And it's looking nice. Oh, feeds right in front, but a beautiful save by Rumble.
And Joey, I mean, what a find that was right in front of the net. Rumble completely balanced her defense out there. You just can't leave somebody wide open in front of the net like that, and that's a great save by Rumble, able to get down, read the shot location, and anticipate what they were going to try to do. They tried to put the bounce by her and didn't even come close, able to swallow that one up.
Here's Prentice. Fires it back behind for Gates. Trying to find something in the middle. Here's Smith. Sophia Graham flips it. Back for Smith, who feeds it inside. And it is eventually taken away here. It's fight for it both directions, and Westhill coming away with it. So they had a good opportunity their last attack. We'll see if they can get an equal opportunity, but capitalize this time. Emmy Rumble with the incredible save. Like you said, Killian, kind of bail out the defense. That was a little bit of a breakdown, left the Wolfpack wide open in front.
And Joey, the North Stars are also they've slowed down a bit offensively. Obviously, you're still leading by 3, so it's not the end of the world, but Westhill starting to slow them down, starting to shift that momentum back. We'll see how far they're able to go in this game. And also, Joey, I'll be very curious here to see briefly what Jimmy's hearing down there on the ground, how the message has changed on the sideline so far through this first quarter, because it certainly has not been a bump-free ride for CNS.
That's for sure. Let's see if they can keep him outside. It's a nice box out there by Arante. Still trying to keep him out. There's Bednarski. As that does it for the possession clock. So you can see that already starting to play a factor here this season, Killian.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, I was wondering how long it would be until we had a possession get ruined, so to speak, by that possession clock, and it happens right there.
Oh, yellow card is called.
It'll be for head contact there.
Check to the head.
Yeah, stick made contact with the head of Raymond, and she was trying to run up the field there, so. North Stars will get a brief personnel advantage here. Got 30 seconds left in the first quarter.
So let's see if they can get one quickly here. So that was on Shaylin Morse. Let's see, the North Stars got 15 seconds. They're going to have to shoot quick. Liz Smith in front. She gets pickpocketed. Wolfpack probably doesn't have enough time to go down and score. They won't. However, they prevent a scoring chance here for the North Stars. So that does it for the first quarter. We'll be back in just a moment. We'll send it down to Jimmy Ginsburg in just a moment.
You're good to talk.
All right, we welcome you back. We're just going to take a momentary break here to send it down to our sideline reporter, Jimmy Ginsburg. So, Jimmy, what's the atmosphere? What's it like down there on the sideline after going on a 4-0 run for the North Stars?
I mean, it's energetic down here for the North Stars. North Stars are cheering for each other. They got different chants for each other. The communication about how much time they have left, it's really good. I mean, North Star's communication is just really good. Same for Wolfpack, too, though. They're having really good communication. I mean, they're not saying to themselves, hey, we're down by a lot right now. We're down. I mean, it's really good.
All right, thank you so much, Jimmy. All right, so we'll be back in about 50 seconds here, as looks like, don't know if Emmy Rummel's just getting some more warm-ups in. It looks like it, so we'll be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Welcome you back here to the Northstar Network, streaming on YouTube. As our second quarter of action about to begin. 4-1 lead here for the North Stars after going on a 4-0 run.
And Joey, certainly not a horrible first quarter of the year for the CNS. Obviously, there's some things that they'd like to tighten up, but overall, solid quarter. Went on a 4-0 run, like Jimmy said, to end that first quarter. So we will see how they change, and if they change things at all. They might just try to let things play out. But as a reminder, our first boys lacrosse game of the season is on the Northstar Network tomorrow against Lowville. That'll be a road game, fun road trip here for us in the booth. Then on Friday, we have our second flag football game of the season. They host Bethlehem. That'll be me on the call for that. And then on Saturday, we have an insane quadruple header with both boys and girls, varsity and JV lacrosse.
Liz Smith looking to get things going early here in the second quarter. North Star's not wasting any time. Beardsley back here now. Gates tries to feed it in front. Sneaks past. A shot and a score by Raymond. Sloan Raymond. She knocks one through. The freshman's first.
And Joey, I'm really unsure how Westhill let her through there. It's certainly there were a lot of Wolfpack players standing there right able to take that ball, and just nobody picked it up. So she just kind of walked in, picked up the free ball, and put it away. Definitely miscommunication there by Westhill, because you imagine they're intending for somebody to pick that ball up and clear it, but just nothing.
Yeah. Just a defensive breakdown down there by the Wolfpack, and
we've seen that a couple of times too on the first Gates goal, especially. The Westhill defense just getting out of position and just not communicating.
Liz Smith picks that up. Gets the ground ball. Here's Sloan Raymond again. Has a turn and a shot there by Danny Wilson. Just left. The North Star's there to pick it up. And there's Liz Smith. She finds it in front. That's her second of the game. And she is on fire.
Good start here, Joey, by North Star offense. They're moving the ball. They're forcing Westhill into uncomfortable positions, and it's resulting in players getting open in front of the net. That's another one that's going to result from a situation like that. Smith walks on in, bounces that ball by, makes it 6-1.
I think this is slowly going to get away from... So they're going to give the assist to Miabella Gates. So we got some players that we expected to shine earlier on here. Liz Smith, 2 goals, 2 assists here today, and Miabella Gates, 2 goals and 1 assist. So no surprises there, Killian.
Absolutely not. I mean, we knew it was going to be these D1 commits that were leading the charge for the North Stars this season. That's certainly been how it's looked early on in this game.
Let's see if the Wolfpack can come up with a response. They just have been struggling to get anything going after the first goal. We thought when they scored quickly in that first minute and a half, we were like, well, maybe some teams are going to give the North Stars a run for their money, but so the Wolfpack slowing things down. Again, looking for a response to the North Star 6-goal run here. 6 unanswered. Wolfpack looking to change it here. They haven't seen a sustained attack in quite some time. Last one being the one that they ran out the possession clock. See if they can sneak one through. North Star's defense been holding strong here tonight, but Emmy Rumble also been making some big plays. She's had some big saves. Feeds that in front. Can Emmy Rumble stay her ground? She can. She feeds that one up to Liz Smith in stride, who's got plenty of open field. She's got some teammates on the run as well. Gates tries to get there in time. She can't. is Conroy. There to scoop it up. Some mistakes like that, you know, you're going against some North Stars who are excellent on the ground ball control, and you can't be losing those battles. And right there, the Wildcats, just a miscommunication on the pass. And the North Stars there to scoop it up, and they're here to attack. Beardsley up for Wilson. Smith just moving around the circle, trying to find an open lane inside. Smith floats in, but can't get anything. Here's Wilson. She turns, looking. She shoots, and that one gets a good bounce. Danny Wilson. And she's got one here tonight.
Our Stars just moving the ball around. Westhill just getting sucked into chasing it, and that's what's going to result in that goal for CNS. They get sucked out of position once again. North Stars just running and put it away.
And this one, you know, I'm not surprised because, you know, Coach Prentice, she's an excellent coach. She knows how to work with anybody, and, you know, her career record shows that. She's got, as a player, she's got 2 state championships. As a coach, she's got 3 sectional titles, 1 state championship. But yeah, she's an incredible coach, and it's no wonder, no matter if she loses players, it doesn't matter. She's going to teach the next generation and make them just as good as the last players who left. You know, there's no question about it. And last year, games were the same way as this. You know, it was close for the first quarter maybe, and then it just runs away in the North Stars' favor. We'll see. Anything can happen. There's still a lot of time. As Mary Poppins would say, anything can happen if you let it. But the North Stars are going to have to hold strong and not let anything happen here tonight.
And Joey, you could also say it's been a practically perfect last couple of defensive possessions from the North Stars here.
Throwing some Mary Poppins puns in there for you. Just finished 4. Well, technically sold out shows if you count all reserves being sold, so that's good. And we had 1 fully sold out show. So North Stars trying to step in time here. I think yeah, so my color commentator had to mute himself for a moment to regain his composure.
That one caught me off guard. I thought we were done with the Mary Poppins puns, and he snuck that one in there.
That one's fired long, and the North Stars come away with the ground ball. They blow the whistle, but they say play continues.
Joey, wind's definitely starting to pick up here. You wonder if that's going to impact the scam. Oh, what a feed. What a feed.
What a feed, what a find, and Mia Bella Gates, she's got a hat trick. You may say the winds are changing, Killian.
Yeah, you might also be able to fly a kite in these winds. Just
right.
Definitely been picking up over these last few minutes.
So Mia Bella Gates, throw the hats. She's got a hat trick. No surprise there, the Penn State commit. He's got 4 points, 3 goals and an assist as the timeout is taken here. So, 8-1 lead here for the North Stars. They're blowing things wide open. 6:41 left to go in the second. We'll be back. We welcome you back here to the Northstar Network, streaming on YouTube. I'm Joey Cox, joined alongside Killian Heffron. Thanks for joining us. As the North Stars starting to look like they did last year. No surprise, Taylor Arante in there for the draw. It's going to be won by the Wolfpack. North Star still trying to test the waters with the draw control, trying to see who the right fit is from the center circle to take those draws. Last year was Gabby Putman. They don't quite have that person yet this year, obviously. Still early on the season, so they got to see who they like better there. Viv Beerley was taking some of them earlier on in the first quarter. Now it's Taylor Arante. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a change after half. Possession clock down under 50. As the Wolfpack has really been using all the time that they're allotted on their attacks. They're really trying to find the right shot selection.
And
you know, you're down 7.
And Joey, apart from the beginning of the game, they've just been unsuccessful.
Yeah. You had that early goal, and they were going to get an 8-meter here. Our first of the spring season. And it's going the other way. It's for the Wolfpack. So let's see how Emmy Rumble does against the 8-meter. Liz Smith was excellent last year from that line. We'll see if the Wolfpack can narrow the deficit by capitalizing here. As it looks like one of the referees are having a discussion here, or not quite sure what's happening here. Players were ready. Oh, they're resetting the possession clock here. Okay, there we go. So it's down to back to 22, like it was before. As that one's fired, it's snagged out of the air by Rumble. An excellent save there. She holds strong in the crease on that 8-meter.
And Joey, that's just how it's been recently for Westhill, just really not able to get anything going in terms of offense when they have had chances.
Right, and even when they get past that North Stars defense, you got Emmy Rumble to contest with. She's been excellent here tonight. Only let one through, excuse me. Mia Leone, she loses that behind her as it's scooped up. By the Wolfpack, moving quickly the other way. As a whistle is blown here. Not quite sure what that was for. Looked like they were stopping, but I guess they were just slowing things down instead. 30 seconds into the possession clock. So Westhill been making the right moves on defense here so far at the back half of the second quarter. North Stars really haven't found their way past the 50, as here's another 8-meter opportunity for the Wolfpack. Which I believe that was a 9-meter, if I'm not mistaken. Or it looked like a formation of an 8-meter. It looked like the ref called an 8-meter signal as well, but looks like it was just a reset there from the point of the foul. Right, wasn't inside that 8-meter circle, so possession clock does not get reset. As 20 seconds left. From behind, 10 seconds left to shoot. Feeds it in front. Emmy Rumble gets the deflection and an excellent save there. Possession clock is reset, but Westhill holds on. Tries to sidestep there, feeds it in front, and Rumble with another stand. Emmy Rumble, she's been calculating for all these different shots. Killian, you know, she's also calculating for the bounce, too. A lot of times that's where you see some sneak by. It bounces right in front of the goalie, and it just pops up right over her shoulder. And in this case, Emmy Rumble just been doing an excellent job accounting for those bounces. She's making some excellent deflections, some excellent saves here to keep this Westhill team to just 1. So here are the North Stars on their first attack in some time. Avery Rumble. Back behind here is Smith. Excuse me, that's Sophia Graham. That one is Smith. She fires that one, knocked down in the process. Oh, she gets up unscathed. Actually, yeah, it looks like we're getting an 8-meter here for the North Stars, and it's going to be taken by Liz Smith. Missed the call there. Liz Smith just takes it herself. She gets the bounce pass, and she's got a hat trick. Everybody's getting involved. The 2 leading scorers for the North Stars last year, Liz Smith and Mia Bella Gates, each got a hat trick.
Yeah, Joey, North Stars are just making them bend to their will so far. Has not been a great sequence here for Westhill whatsoever.
So here comes the draw. This one's going to be taken by Arante again for the North Stars. As she chases it down and eventually scoops it up. Dumps it off because she's got to change sticks. As we've hit the 1-minute warning here in the second quarter before half. Here's Mia Bella Gates, who's already got a hat trick there. She looks for her 4th, feeds it in front, and she knocks one to the back of the net. Mia Bella Gates, she's got her 4th. Things are just opening wide open for this North Stars team. I remember last year I did sideline for one of the games, and my dad had come to the game. He sat right there at the fence, and the score was like 12-3 or whatever, and 5 minutes later it was 17-3. The North Stars can score, especially the girls can score super quickly, especially unanswered. 10 unanswered now for the North Stars. Wow. And the thing is Westhill is getting some quality looks, some quality shots. They just have had a tough time getting past the North Stars defense, and when they do, again, they're competing with Rumble, who's been doing an excellent job here tonight.
And Joey, one of the things that we've seen from CNS today is their ball movement in the offensive zone. Westhill's just been not able to keep up, and I've said this a few times. They've just resulted in them chasing the ball around, and CNS really hasn't had to do much chasing the ball in their defensive zone. That's part of the reason this game has been such a blowout through this first half, is that the North Stars are just not giving Westhill that space. They're boxing them out, and they're making them work for it, and
they've had some communication miscues as well. Some missed opportunities, some missed passes. So the North Stars putting on the double team, and that does it. So a 9-point lead here, for the North Stars at half. We'll be back in about 7 minutes. We're also going to have a halftime interview with our sideline reporter, Jimmy Ginsburg, in just a little bit, so don't go anywhere. Stay tuned for that. We welcome you back here to the Northstar Network. So unfortunately, Jimmy was not able to get an interview, but we're just going to send it down to him, get his first half thoughts. So, talk about the energy down there, talk about the weather, how you think that might be contributing to maybe Westhill being down 9. What are your thoughts so far on the first half, Jimmy?
I mean, simply put, it's just a one-sided game. I mean, 10 to 1. CNS has definitely found their groove. Unfortunately, though, Westhill still has not found their groove yet, but hopefully they can. And let's play some lacrosse.
All right, thank you so much, Jimmy.
Thank you.
We welcome you back here for the second half of action. Third and fourth quarter coming up in just a couple seconds as we get the draw. Arante still staying in there for the draw as it's won by the North Stars. 10-1, looking to make it even more. 10 unanswered.
Well, Joey, the conditions certainly aren't going to get much easier to play in. Temperature is continuing to drop. We're down to about 32 degrees out there right now, and that'll continue to drop as the night goes on since we have now lost the sun. Field being completely illuminated by the lights here at Michael J. Bragman Stadium. North Stars with a comfortable lead. And again, just want to thank you all for taking your time to tune in here for our opener for girls lacrosse here in the spring season. Joey's final opener for girls lacrosse.
Can't believe it. Never thought the day would come. Just finished my final musical, and everybody called me a soulless ginger because of my lack of crying after my final musical. Don't worry, I'll cry after my final Northstar Network game. No, yeah, they think I'm soulless because I don't cry. I don't know.
It'll be a special interview.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Westhill trying to form something, but Joey, same thing that happened in the first half. They can't get anything going, and as I say that, they're now going to have an 8-meter, but the commentator's jinx will strike. Unfortunately, it was not at a good time.
Yeah, so North Stars, they did have one 8-meter earlier. So Wolfpack goes for a more calculated approach instead of straight head on. Oh, that's a great find, and that one sneaks past. That was an ankle breaker there. As the Westhill Wolfpack snaps that 10 unanswered, and they manage to score.
And here's a stat for you, Joey. That's going to be Westhill's first goal in over 30 minutes of game time.
So I'm just now realizing we got Allison Spoto out there in goal now for the North Stars. So it seems like they're trying to figure out who they want to be their definite starter this year. Spoto, a senior, and Rumble, just a sophomore. So even if they do go with the route of Spoto, it's been clear to us today that Rumble is definitely going to be a great option in the future. That one's scooped up by the Wolfpack. Spoto did get some playtime last year in some of those games with larger leads. Jilly Howell exited the game. But now she could potentially be a starter. Looks like they're, again, trying to figure out who they want at the draw control, who they want in net. And it doesn't make sense. Those are the two big players they lost last year. So now the Wolfpack scanning their options. Back around in front. Back behind. 40 seconds on the possession clock. Trying to feed inside. Last goal came off a beautiful ankle breaker there. Snuck right past the North Stars D. See if they can do it again. She gets past. Gets the shot off. Gets a bad deflection. It might have went off of the stick of Spoto, but bunch of Wolfpack in the area. So it's actually, they call it an 8-meter. So Westhill yet to capitalize on an 8-meter today. Let's see if this is the time. As Spoto snags it out of the air. That's a beautiful save from her. Here comes Arante the other way, fires it back for Raymond. It's Wilson in stride, who sprints down the sideline. Here's Beardsley. Looking for Gates, but gets it in front instead. Slowing it down. Here's Prentice, does a couple spin moves. Tries to sneak inside as a 8-meter signal is made. So just the second of the day for the North Stars. Plenty of opportunities for the Westhill Wolfpack. Haven't been able to capitalize. Out of bounds there. So the Wolfpack going to maintain possession here. Stroman takes it all the way herself. Past the 20-10. Gets boxed out by Smith. 20 seconds here on the possession clock. So we're going to have to shoot soon here. Trying to find their way past that North Stars defense. Had to shoot there because the North Stars defense just did an excellent job closing in. They're looking at a possession clock violation here if they can't shoot. Not enough time. That's going to be going the other way for the North Stars after that violation. Moving quickly. Graham tries to get her way inside. The L commit. Feeds it back. The UNC commit. And it's a beauty. Liz Smith now joins Mia Bella Gates. They both got 4 here tonight. They're going to say it was too long after the pass back from Graham to give her the assist. So it's unassisted, and that's the 4th of Liz Smith's day out. She's got 6 points already on the season, 4 goals and 2 assists here tonight.
And Joe, it's been one of those nights here for the North Stars. Obviously, they slowed down the scoring department here in the second half, but just overall dominant performance, and you can expect them to continue to try to maybe switch things up here, see what works, what doesn't. So as we go later into the year and they get into some more high-stakes matchups, they'll know what their go-to is going to be.
So here comes the draw after that one. Still Arante in there, as it's won here by the North Stars. Looks like Graham coming the other way, feeds it over. Smith tries to feed it in front, and she does knock it through. I believe they're going to say that was for Liz Smith. Yep. And if you think I'm lacking excitement in my voice, it's just because it's a given at this point. 5 goals here tonight for Liz Smith.
And her team has been just hard to stop. Westhill has just not had an answer tonight, and it's going to be a continuation of that there of that last play. We'll see what the North Stars try to do, if they maybe try to not lean as hard offensively, or if they try to continue to push and try to score. Certainly a lot of game left. And we'll get probably a check to the head here.
Yep. So yellow card, it looks like, on Arante. So man up advantage here for the Wolfpack. Wolfpack with a lot of space here. And they're going to have some more space with the man-up advantage. See if they can get anything going. They snapped that streak there for the North Stars. Oh, is one of the North Stars going to go down? That's Sloan Raymond. Tries to wrap around Spoto with the save. As Raymond and Rumble in pursuit. The Wildcats, excuse me. It's a type of feline, but it's the Wolves this time. Too many W's and.
Joey, I regret
you informing
you, Wolves are not a feline.
They're not. Oh God. Can tell I'm a little tired. I did some.
Hey, I mean,
Okay.
in your defense, West Genesee does sound like Westhill. It's got West in it.
Yeah. Okay. God, a lot of W's. Westhill Wildcats, West. Oh my God. West Genesee Wildcats, Westhill Wolfpack. It's all.
Joey has not been practically perfect here over the last few minutes.
You can tell the Mary Poppins, the lack of sleep from that's catching up to me. Espoto, what a scoop for the save. It's also my animal knowledge seems to be slipping me as well, thinking that a wolf is a feline. I don't know. Ignore me. Not the most coherent game back here, Killian. That's okay. Getting back into the swing of things. We've had a little bit of a drought here on the Northstar Network. It's been a minute since I've commentated a game as well, so bear with me.
Well, Joey, fortunately for you, it's not really the type of high-intensity game here throughout this one. Been a dominant showing by CNS.
Yes.
And you can expect them to try to continue that here as we head late into the third quarter and enter the fourth. They lead by 10.
Liz Smith contributing to half of that lead. She's got 5. Bell Gates contributing to most of the other half. She's got 4. It's been the 2 of them tonight. They've been the story. The only players with assists here tonight as well. The Wolfpack looking to feed their way inside. Now back behind the net. Trying to get one past Spoto, as they do.
Bit of a weird breakdown there on defense, Joey, for CNS. Just kind of let her right through, and North Stars will be punished by seeing that number under the Westhill side increase on scoreboard from 2 to 3.
But still a comfortable lead here, and they only got about a quarter left to play. Here comes the face-off after that. Wolfpack score. That one's going to be won here by the North Stars. Bella Gates feeds in the side. There's Beardsley. She can't get it past Conroy. The North Stars do get a reset of the possession clock after that one goes out of bounds. Off of the bounce. Liz Smith. She's already got 5 here tonight. Feeds it to the right for Wilson. Here's Beardsley. Fits it inside. That one's ripped from the 5. And that does it for the third quarter. So Northstar still with a comfortable lead, though they've let a couple sneak by here after half. 12-3 your score. We'll be back in just a moment. We welcome you back here to the Northstar Network for the fourth and final quarter. A 12-3 lead here for the North Stars as they look to open the season with a 1-0 record. Coach Prentice in her time here at CNS has beat Westhill every single time. The last time was under the previous head coach in 2019, before Coach Prentice took over in the 2021 season. So Northstar slowing some things down. With a comfortable lead, here's Beardsley. Feels the pressure, feeds it inside. There's Smith, and she knocks it through. Liz Smith to the back of the net, and she's got 6. That's definitely the way you want to start the season, Killian.
Yeah, I mean, she's been a force tonight. Westhill's had no answer, and really, that's been the same for a lot of the North Stars offense. Westhill's just not been able to keep up. North Stars just looking like they're in different leagues right now tonight. Our cameraman, Owen Lynch, there was not a fan of that different leagues. Comet, taking a page out of Lane Kiffin's book there. Those of you who watch college football might know what I'm referring to.
So Beardsley back here now for McLaughlin. That one just sent a little bit too long for Raymond. It's going the other way for the Wild Wolfpack. Too many W's, Killian, I swear. I'm so tempted to say Wildcats. I think it's because we played West Jenny so much last season. We did not play, or I should say in the fall and winter season. We actually, I don't think, at least I haven't commentated a Westhill game this year.
Yeah, I think the last Westhill game I commentated as my play-by-play debut was varsity volleyball. Not this year. It was last year, so September of 2024, I believe it was. Or October, November. One of the 3 months, somewhere in there.
One of those fall months, Killian. So we don't play the Wolfpack that often. It's a little out of practice. We play the Wildcats quite often. I think it's that W slips off the start. It rolls off the tongue a little bit easier, Killian.
That makes sense.
And the lack of sleep too. They're trying to get in front there. Get a shot on Spoto. Is that over her head? And Westhill climbing their way back, but a little bit too little, too late. We welcome you back here to the Northstar Network, streaming on YouTube. After that goal by Westhill, the deficit is now in the single digits. But again, a little bit too little, too late. There is still 8 minutes, so if they score pretty quick, it's possible. But that's barring the North Stars don't score any. Though they do get it off the face or the draw violation. So that betters their odds. They need to win those crucial draws. See, they've managed to get 3 past Spoto. See if they can get another. Rolling around in front. Rips the shot too high. But the Wolves keep possession. They were in the area after the shot. Tries to feed it up. A nice high pass. That one does sneak past Spoto. Thought she grabbed it at first. But here come the Wolfpack. They're looking for a meal. Sorry, that was a little bit too cheesy. Normally I'd hold it in after that.
Westhill, they've certainly come alive here in this fourth quarter, looking much better than they did earlier on in the game. Obviously, like you said, Joey, might be too little too late. You got 7:39 to go, down by 8. But definitely this is a good thing for them to work off of. And if they can get this one back within relatively close margins, you can expect the North Stars to have to try to push again. And making the North Stars uncomfortable is probably going to be the best case scenario here for Westhill in this one, as they're starting to claw back slowly but surely.
So we'll see if the North Stars can win this draw. That might be the game decider right there. If they can crack another off of the draw, but another draw win here. Another draw control. So they're slowing things down. They want to get a quality shot off here. But they've been on a roll so far. See if they can continue this streak. I think that's at least 2 unanswered here, Killian.
Yeah, Joey, I think it's 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that range.
But they definitely come alive, like you said, Killian, in this 4th. Can she control the ground ball? It's going to be an 8-meter here. So here's where they really need to capitalize.
Sloppy defensive play here from the North Star, just giving Westhill these chances, and time continues to tick, but certainly North Stars would like to not have to start to push offensively again. Want to feel comfortable in this game.
So they fire that back behind the net instead, and they're going to say,
it was just a bad pass, got deflected out of bounds by.
now, technically, there was a Westhill player closer to the out of bounds, unless there was a CNS player on the other side of the out of bounds that I missed.
Looks like the reason they called that one North Star ball is because Westhill directly reached out to play the ball, deflected it out of bounds because they missed the pass. So
Gotcha.
probably something to do with.
Oh, right. I forget. It's been a second, as that one's fed in front, and a beauty. This one's by Bristol Widis. Apologies if I pronounced that wrong. We got some new players on the team here. Widis. So Bristol Widis. That's her first varsity goal. The freshman. So we got some big milestones. Sloan Raymond and Bristol Widis with their first. So North Star is back. They've been on top, but extend their lead there. Westhill does control the draw. Wrapping around. Here on the right side. But yeah, LACROSSE for about a year, Killian has gotten to me, but I forget if it's a pass to a teammate and it's missed and it goes out of bounds, then that is the other team's ball. If it's a shot out of bounds, whoever is closest to the back line of that end zone when it goes out gets possession. So about half of this possession clock down and wasted for the Wolfpack. So they try to just lob that one up, and Sloan Raymond gets a check from behind. Avery Rumble trying to progress past midfield. She does with the help of Sophia Graham. Now back behind, here's Gates, who's got 4 today. Looking for another one. Looks around, here's Rumble in front. Turns. Back behind, here's Smith. She thought about ripping it. She gets in front, and she's got 7. I'm going to run around a room on my stat sheet at this rate. I only got 8 spots. Apologies for the...
We welcome you back here on the Northstar Network. We apologize for those technical difficulties. As a reminder, tomorrow we have our next broadcast here on the Northstar Network. The boys lacrosse team plays their first broadcasted game of the season against Lowville. That'll be on the road. Bit of a road trip here for some of the guys in the booth. That'll be Joey leading the call on that one. On Friday, we have varsity flag football. Coming off of a loss yesterday against Webster, they look to avenge that as they take on Bethlehem. That'll be me on the call. And then on Saturday, it's a lacrosse quadruple header. It's going to be absolute chaos. We got both the boys and girls varsity and JV teams all being broadcasted back to back to back to back to back. Should be a fun one. It'll be me on the call.
I think you had an extra back in there, Killian.
I mean, there's a lot of them in there, so it would be, and there's a finish there by Raymond, so that'll make it 16-5.
So Sloan Raymond, she had her first varsity goal earlier, and she gets her second.
again, just make sure, if you can, to join us on Saturday for our lacrosse chaos, lacrosse Saturday, whatever you want to call it. We probably should come up with an official term for that. That'll be a work in progress. North Stars lead 16-5 off the goal from Raymond.
So Northstar's just doing it all. We're going to send it to Jimmy outside as he's just going to give us an update. What are your thoughts on the game so far, Jimmy? Northstar's up 16-5.
I mean, game's been going really good. Northstars, as I said before, Northstars been playing really good. Westhill has found that little edge that they needed, though. If they keep playing good, there is a chance that they could come out on top.
Not much time left, Jimmy. That's all right, but I think Jimmy lost track of the clock there for a second. If we had about 5 more minutes, maybe.
An 11-goal lead is going to be pretty hard to blow with 40 seconds left. But, I mean, Joe, you talk about a statement win to start the season for CNS. This is it. This is what they need to announce that they're still here. They're still the team to beat in Section 3. And we'll see if anyone can top them this year as Westhill looks for one more garbage time goal here as we're down to 25 seconds.
Yeah, last 20 seconds running out here. As under 10, I think Westhill, like you said, maybe one last garbage time goal, like you said, and look at that. With about 2 seconds left, the clock does expire. I don't know if they'll reset it. Probably not. So that does it. So they do get a last-second goal, but the North Stars come out on top with a 10-point victory, 16-6. Leading the way was Liz Smith with 7 goals out of those 16. 2 assists for her. Mia Belligates just behind with 4 goals and 1 assist. That does it for our spring opener. Well, technically, if you count Sunday's game, yesterday's game, that's technically our first spring game of the season, but this is our first girls lacrosse game of the season. So I'll be on the call tomorrow with Jordan Petrowski at Lowville. I have a camp up there, so I'm familiar with the area. So I said to myself, normally we probably wouldn't do that game, but I said, I like the area. It would be fun to, excuse me, I apologize. My allergies are beginning to act up. Went like 3 days killing without my allergy medicine, and all of a sudden, here it goes. But, yeah, I'll be on the call tomorrow with Jordan Petrowski in Lowville for the season opener for the boys lacrosse. The North Stars girls lacrosse taking down Westhill here 16-6. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, a huge thank you to all of our staff, our shot clock operator, our play clock operator, Chris Pilata, our PA announcer, Daryl White, of course, our athletic trainer, Katie Clark, our facility manager, Joe Howell, our athletic director, Tim Bernarski. Huge thank you to our crew, our sideline reporter, Jimmy Ginsberg, our camera operator, Owen Lynch, our producer, Alex Schneibel. I'm Joey Cox, alongside Killing Heffron, saying so long from Michael J. Bragman Stadium.